Hello, my name is Stella Haycock, and this is the presentation of my final creative outcome for a global project. The course of this project has involved in-depth research, idea development, experimentation, and problem solving in arriving to this point, and I would like to believe there is somewhere further I can go with this concept and this body of work. In response to the global issue of wealth disparity, my creative outcome takes the form of a sculptural artwork, as part of a wider body of works related to my exploration of one of the biggest contributors to wealth disparity, the mining industry. The process took much research, experimentation, and trial and error, but I believe the outcome today conveys my response to the global issue of wealth inequality and a major catalyst in its constant expansion. The final outcome of my project is titled Divide and Conquer, a sculptural installation featuring a long horizontal mirror with shiny golden rocks cascading down from the mirror's frame, where it gradually transitions from gold to plain dusty rocks in piles on the floor. The overflowing rocks are symbolic of mined iron ore, Australia's biggest export, and the industry that drives the gratuitous wealth of Australia's richest. The title alludes to the role of wealth disparity in furthering the rich, in controlling and owning more and more of society and the Earth's resources. In painting the rocks gold and having them and the paint drip down before becoming symbolic of raw iron ore material, I aim to position the viewer to think about the shiny lives and wealth of those at the top of society, and the trickle-down effects that create a divided social hierarchy. The concept behind this piece was to spur both self-reflection and consideration of the ripple effect caused by the workings of the elite. It is pertinent to also understand one's own privilege and position in the time of the greatest wealth inequality we have seen. Hence, the use of a mirror to feature the individual as a part of the work themselves. The project is not complete without the viewer and their own perspective being incorporated. It creates an interactive space for introspect and the consideration of the structure that is impeding the viewer's reflection, overtaking and almost overshadowing it. Creating an interactive installation piece allowed me to maximize the effect of a single artwork and how the viewer reads and interacts with it. Of course, this effect would be much more effective through a full body of work that would accompany Divide and Conquer. Given the limitations of this project, I am looking forward to exploring this concept further in the future and developing that body of work. As shown here, I have included sketch plans for what I am considering for the future works, as I believe this concept would stand much more effectively as a series of interconnected pieces, with this final outcome I am presenting today just the starting point. This project allowed me to explore a topic that is both very relevant to today's society and what our future might hold. As a young person in Australia, it was incredibly useful to conduct research into the facts, statistics, and realities of wealth disparity in this country. Things that are useful to us all, and something I hope to impart with the viewer with this project. Though the final artwork is not the most refined or well-polished comment on such a broad topic, I believe that given the limitations, I have created something that would definitely direct my future practices, and at the very least, share the seeds of a big idea through this project. The richest of the rich, not only in Australia but the entirety of the Western world, symbolise the greatest failure of our economic and political system. The uninterrupted rise of the affluent that furthers the rift from the poor and disadvantaged, who are left behind in all aspects of society. In an every man for himself world, we often do not see the links between the cause and effect of the wealthy and their economic monopolies. In response to this, I wanted to create a visual and experiential comment on how the elite in Australia hold the vast majority of the nation's wealth, whilst the lower half of society are left greatly disadvantaged in healthcare, job opportunities, living conditions, and overall quality of life. I believe discussion, debate, and investigation on wealth disparity is a highly significant and crucial conversation point for our modern society, given the deeply ingrained wicked problem it has become, alongside other financial and capitalist issues. This project was the ideal starting point from which I can further my own research and investigation into such a detailed and complex narrative in our society, allowing me to extend on my creative outcome and share something with others that can hopefully help prompt thought, question, and collectively action. Thank you.